In this video, we're going to talk about showing a new view. So I'm going to create a new single view project. And we're going to call it Show View. So first thing I'm going to do is go to the storyboard. And I'm going to drag a view controller onto our storyboard. And just so we know it's a different view, I'm going to change the color because we're not going to really be doing anything fancy here. And change the color to red. So we're going to go ahead and look for a button. And we're going to put a button on our main view. And we'll change the text to Open Red View. Now let's see an easy way we can navigate in between the views. I'm just going to control drag from the button over to this red view, and then it says Action Segue, and I'm just going to say Show. So let's go ahead and run this and see what it does. Okay, so I click Open Red View, and there we have our red screen, but we don't have any means to get back to it. And we also want to go ahead and associate some code with the new view controller. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on the project. I'm going to right click, select New File, and you want to select Cocoa Touch Class. Click Next, and I'm going to call this file Red View Controller. And if you want to create what's called a zip file, that's a separate user interface file. And there might be occasions when you're going to do that, but right now we're just going to stick with the storyboard. So I'm going to go ahead and create it without a zip file. Now we're going to go back to the storyboard. I'm going to click on the red view controller. Then I'm going to click on this, what they call the identity inspector. And you can see the first item up here is class. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to select red view controller. So now this view controller is associated with this code over here. Alright, so now that we've got that done, what we can do is we can drag a button onto this red view controller. And let's go ahead and change the text to white. And then I'm going to say Close. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the Assistant Editor, and then we're going to control and drag from this button Close onto our red view controller, and we're going to create an action method, and we'll just call it Close Red Screen. So we're going to close that, and then we'll go over to the red view controller where we can edit the code. So we're just going to put one line, and I'm going to go ahead and say what we want to do is dismiss the view controller. So I'm going to say self dot dismiss, and this used to be, they used to have a method called dismiss view controller, but now it's just dismiss, and we'll say animated true, and we're not going to do anything for completion, so we'll just pass it nil. Now we'll go ahead and run it again. Click Open Red View. There's our red view. Click Close, and we're back to the original screen. So that's a simple way to move in between different view controllers, and we're going to be seeing more of it different ways using what's called a navigation controller and so forth in future videos.